Hey everybody, Rob from Karma Comic Chameleon coming at you with another Ask Reddit thread. What felt like a useless piece of advice until you actually tried it? Let's jump right in. Clean as you cook, dishes right away, and 10 minutes every day walking through the house, picking things up and organizing. So much better than hours of cleaning on one day. I have learned to pick things up as I go. Like if I'm going from one room to another and there's anything that is lying around that needs to be put back in its place, I do that along the way. That way, I'm not going out of my way to do it, but things are kept tidy. Compliment people behind their backs. Sounds stupid, but works wonders. Turn it off and turn it back on. This applies to everything that has a computer or any sort of electronic. People laugh at me when I ask them, have you tried turning it off and back on again? Fans on my old MacBook died. Saw a YouTube video that said to simply take your fist and bang on the part of the computer that housed the fans. Thinking it was a troll, I gave it a shot out of pure frustration, and lo and behold, they purred back to life, and I never had another issue with them for the rest of the time that I owned that computer. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it immediately. I do so much less housework on weekends because of this. Cleaning your house before leaving for more than 5 days. Nothing is better than coming to a clean house. Faking confidence to become more confident. Unclench your jaw, open your hands, drop your shoulders, and breathe in. I just dropped my phone. Stop holding it with your mouth then. When you're trying to fall asleep and your mind is racing thinking about a million things at once, making it impossible to fall asleep, do this. 1. Pick a letter of the alphabet. 2. Count to 8. 3. When you get to 8, think of a word that starts with your letter. 4. Count to 8 again. 5. Think of a different word that starts with that letter. 6. Repeat ad nauseum. You'll distract your brain and bore it to sleep. Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. I thought depression is what you get when you don't get what you want. Practice gratitude. Grateful people are happy people. This includes just saying thank you anytime someone does something. Everyone likes to be acknowledged for something, even if it's something small, and just making other people a little happier makes you happier. And I imagine even just noticing how much others do for you is bound to help. Flip a coin and choose the one you're hoping for. I don't even have to flip a coin now, and I'm way more decisive. I do this a lot and it works amazingly well. You don't know what you really want unless you're put under pressure, even if said pressure is as small as a coin flip. If you have a clogged nose, doing 8 to 10 push-ups will temporarily clear it up. Try killing roaches with soapy water in a spray bottle. It sounds useless, but it works better than any insecticide I've ever tried, and it's non-toxic and really easy to clean up. Go to the bathroom first thing after having sex. I suggest walking to the toilet first. Don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing. 1 day at a time. It's been helping me stay focused in the now. My grandma, rest her soul, gave me a similar piece of advice, but with a variant. If you feel like you can't survive a week, focus on getting through 1 day. 1 day too much? 1 hour. Too much? 1 minute. Whatever it takes. If you can survive one, you can survive another. Your gums bleed when you floss because you don't floss enough. Turns out, if you floss enough, your gums won't be inflamed, so they don't bleed when you floss. Directly expressing my needs instead of hinting. That's secret number 1 for a successful, long-lasting marriage. Number 2 is, marriage is work, but it's worth it. Deleted my Facebook. Stick to the same sleep schedule on your days off that you follow on days when you have to be somewhere at a specific time, like school or work days. I spent my whole life sleeping until noon on weekends, thinking I was storing sleep in some imaginary sleep bank. I recently started waking up early on weekends, and now I don't have trouble waking up when my alarm goes off during the week. Plus, I have all this extra time to do stuff because I'm not sleeping all day. Putting cold water on freshly shaved skin will make it so you don't get ingrown hairs. Some of the best advice I've ever received. Life is really much easier if you clean your workplace or room. I clean my room often, and it makes me feel calm and clears my head. My dad always told me, ask anyway. The worst they can say is no when buying something or when I needed something from another person. Seemed stupid to ask if I was sure they would say no, but I was also a socially anxious kid. Turns out that advice has helped me with school, with raises, with people in general, with plans, with new friends. Fill your tank all the way up instead of a little at a time. The less fuel in my motorcycle, the easier she'll wheelie. Spend an extra $5 to $10 on wiper blades. Rock Auto commonly does closeouts on high quality wiper blades for like $2 to $3 a piece, the type you normally pay $20 to $30 for. I buy like 5 sets at a time to save on shipping, spend less than $40 on enough really nice wipers to last me a couple or few years. It's better to lose a second of your life than to lose your life in a second. People on the road need to just slow down a little. It'll save your life. Pay bills, save, then spend. In regards to saving, I was always told, pay your bills, pay yourself, then spend. If you feel like quitting, then just tell yourself that the story doesn't end this way. Sounds cliche, but you decide when your story ends when you stop trying. You may fail, but you will not fail today. Don't let the story end this way. From a YouTube video dictated by a heavily accented doctor, unclog your nose by sitting up straight, holding your breath, and tapping your nose, untapping and breathing in to about 80% of what you'd normally breathe in. Exhale, and repeat for a period of about 40 seconds to a minute. The point is to get a response to where your body almost feels like it's drowning. It's tough, but it clears your sniffles right up for a long while and works 90% of the time. Then I went on to suggest it to so many people, but they won't believe me or try it even if they're desperate. Going to therapy. I'm a guy, I'm emotionally stable, so I thought it was a pointless idea. Went with my ex-girlfriend in order to work out problems in our relationship, mostly on her end. I learned so much about myself and got some amazing life advice. 10 out of 10. There's what you need, what you want, and there's what you can't afford. My dad said this all the time, and I never thought of it as useless, I just never used it. Now I have, and my money is far easier to manage. You're not hungry, you're thirsty. I would eat a big meal and wonder why I still felt hungry. It is because I wasn't drinking a glass of water with my meal. Now if I notice I am hungry after eating normal portions, I have a glass of water and wait 5 minutes before I continue eating. Not taking your cell phone into bed with you. After a while, you will sleep much easier without distraction and blue light shining straight into your eyes before bed. Sounds like a good idea. Me on my phone, in bed at 10 p.m. As someone with a phobia of needles my entire life, I finally, 30 years in, had a nurse tell me to ask for a spare alcohol pad and sniff it right as I'm about to get jabbed. She said the harsh smell is enough of a distraction to keep your mind off the needle. I was there for a flu shot, so I got to try it out right away. I wasn't expecting much, but it worked. I've been doing it ever since and have no trouble with shots or blood draws now, which is huge for someone they've triggered panic attacks and near fainting in before. That forest app. It grows a tree for up to 2 hours, and during that time, you can't access any apps you think will distract you. If you want to open a distracting app, you have to kill your tree. All your trees, dead or alive, appear in a little forest. I have always had trouble motivating myself to focus on homework and not look at Reddit/YouTube, but this app is just enough guilt to not open them. I haven't killed anything yet, and I'm surprised at how much I can care about a small virtual tree. People told me about it, and I just completely assumed that I'd never use it or it wouldn't work for me considering how distractible I am, but it works wonders. Goodbye, Reddit. Okay, stop. We have to end the video here so I can watch this tree grow. This is Rob from Karma Comet Chameleon saying thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share the video with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.